Thank you very much again for attending.
Okay. So obviously, can everyone see my screen with the Squadi? Beautiful. Okay. So this is your homepage. So this is where you'll see everything. I'll first go through the amateur prem. So this will be your substitution. So this is an interchange. So you just need to, once you've clicked on it, it'll bring you to some more of the details. For you to do your team sheet, you'll just click on your team sheet. And this is a test environment. So you guys will, obviously everyone's details are hidden and it's all confidential. So this is how we're going to show it to you tonight. So don't worry too much about the names or the time and the date of any of these fixtures. So you'll just click on one player. So if you just click on that top player, oh, sorry, it's just now not showing me. Sorry, let me just see if I can grab a different match for the substitutions. Okay, what I'll do is I'll just jump into the interchange first and we'll go through that one first. So this is for all your interchange. So it'll be like your juniors and your Metro Men's, your Masters and some of your women's competitions as well. So if you just click on that competition and you go, so if you've got a scorer, so you need to assign your scorer. So you need to click on yourself. If you're not, just search for someone. I currently can't search for anybody because it's a test environment, so their details are hidden. But you can go, I'm scoring myself, and then you'll just click down the bottom to confirm scorer. You'll then go to your team sheet, and then you'll be able to click on those kids that are playing or the adults that are playing. So you'll click however many are playing. Normally there's about 12, 1, 2, 3, 4. Once you've done that, if you have a player that is participating but not in your direct team and they're just helping out, you can go into add player and you can search for someone. So then you can just click on them and then you can add them as well. And then you can confirm that. You won't be able to see the other team's team sheet until 15 minutes before when it locks. So some of you have been asking why. That's the reason why. And then you'll just go done. Currently, I can't add laureates. I'm just in the test environment. So once you press done, that will just take you back to the home page, and then that will take you back to here. If you have referees, you can see those referees. If you don't, then that's fine. And then for your team officials, you'll need to add a captain. So you can add a captain here by just searching for them. Your coach, you can add as well. They just need to be listed in the coaching list for your club. And then obviously the same thing you can do for a manager as well. And then once you've confirmed that, then you'll just go down and then there's the option of an incident. So if you don't have a referee and there was a yellow card, you just click on other and then you'll go next. You'll then just pop in the description, unless, and if it was discipline, you would go, if it was a yellow card, you'd go discipline, Auburn Grove, and then you just select on that player and just let us know what the incident was for that match. And then obviously the score. So once either you're live scoring or you're not live scoring, you just go into the score and you can go start, just confirming the time that match was being played. And then once you've confirmed that time, there's the timeline with the plus. You just click on the plus and let us know what, so if Auburn Grove, let's say, had a goal, you would select goal. You would then select the type of goal it was. So if it was normally or a penalty goal, and then you'd select what period it was. So period is the halves. So your first or second half. Then you would go into your match time and just let us know what time it was in the minutes and the seconds for that first period, and you would go next. So let's just say this top player here had the goal, and then you can go done, and that will then bring you to there. And then if there was a yellow card, you can also do a team sheet. You can go, Auburn Grove also got a foul, and then in the fouls, you don't have to worry about too much of the numbers. In the top one, it's just yellow or red card. Let's say they got a red card in the second half at another one of the times, and then their second player got that card, and you'd go done. And then you can see that comes up into their sheet, and then you would go done. Just to confirm, it'll tell you down the bottom, confirm the score line, and you can go yes. And then that's that complete, and that will take you to the home page. So then that's your duty as a manager done for that one. Were there any major questions or concerns with that one?
Emily, just curious, do you actually have to add the time that the goal was scored?
Yeah, so if you don't know exactly what time it was scored, that doesn't matter. You can just pop in a random time.
Right.
But yeah, you do have to enter a time for the scores to be popped into.
Right, cool.
Okay, cool. So
I noticed that there is, if you put in the times, it doesn't count the minutes, so you have to then calculate. It says an out because you try to do it in the second period, but you added 15 minutes, so it came up as 15 minutes, not actually the second period, so it doesn't read the times right. So you have to actually calculate the hour, saying it wasn't the 85th minute, so it was 1 hour and whatever. So that doesn't work correctly. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you choose what first or second period. It doesn't adapt it. You have to put in the exact time. So if it's easy, if it's the first half, it's 45 minutes. But then you have to keep counting. If it's end of the second half, you can't. You have to put in 1 hour and 20 minutes. You can't say second period 45 minutes. That sets it to 45 minutes first half. So the period part doesn't work.
So when you click on the game, what will happen is your second period will start again from the minute mark. So you go from like
it doesn't. It does not. It does not. If you just go back to the score, you just put in. You will see that it went to the 15 minutes like first half.
I'll definitely take that back, and I'll definitely look into that one for you. And I can definitely look into see why that's not doing that, and we can go from there for that one. What I might do is I might jump into the mini roos scoring now. So I'm just scrolling down to one of my mini roos matches that I'm managing here. So if I just click on that one, it's the same process with the scorer. So you just need to add a scorer. So you're just clicking on the change scorer or add scorer, and it's myself, confirm scorer. The team sheet's the same as the junior girls. So you're just going through and ticking them and then going confirm, done. And then obviously at the moment I can't because I've got to do that one, but that's okay. And then you're going to go down to the score down the bottom here. And obviously you're adding your team officials there as well. But you can go down to the score and sorry. At North Beaches players. You won't be able to do this because the opposition will be able to do their own. Okay. And then, so that's your live scoring where you can just add it. And then as the time goes, because you've pressed start, you can then go North Beach popped a goal there. If they didn't pop a goal and you accidentally clicked it, you can undo it that as well. That's okay. And obviously that will keep going until the game's over. And then obviously you can also do it for the end of the score as well. And the score line will just pop up as well, and you'll add those. Were there any major questions on that one as well?
Hello, as I said in a comment, oh yeah, I don't know the response, but on my phone, I was never been able to score the function scoring, I can see the plus, but it's never active. And when I ask someone else to do it for me and assign another one, it was working on their phone. And apparently it's because my phone is too old, maybe. Because I can do a lot of things, but the scoring, I had my player, I do my timesheet, but the scoring, the plus, they never active. So I'm able as well to start the time. But I never been the plus, they never active. I don't know why.
Do you start the time at the time of the game, or do you start it after the game?
I start at the time, when it starts. Yes, and sometimes, but they're asking me the time anyway. They're asking you to enter the actual time. So I enter like 10:00 or 10:15 if it's 10:15. And then I see the time running. But then when I want to, when there's a goal, all the button plus don't work.
Caroline, I might just jump in there and just suggest that it sounds like a bit of a unique situation that you're experiencing. What we might do is just get you to contact and send your details into club support, and we'll touch base with you one-on-one just to try and work through what some of those issues might be and what some of the workarounds could be for you there. That might be helpful.
Because I've already mentioned that, and they've said, we need to teach you how to use Squadi. Right?
Sure. Well, let's talk through them a little bit more deliberately, separate to this conversation, and absolutely we can see if we can assist.
What is the email I need to?
I'll pop it in the chat just in case anybody else has anything similar as well. So I'll do that right now. No problem.
Okay, thanks.
All right. Sorry, Emma's back to you.
That's okay. All right. So I'm just going to find one of our substitution games. Let me just scroll through them all and see what I can find. So when you're doing your substitutions, I'll just go back, so I just found one. So you'll just click on the home team. So this will be for your higher league, so your amateurs, MPL, and Women's League Division 1, any teams that you have to have substitution for. So you'll click on your team sheet again. You'll add your 11 players. So what will happen is when you try to, it's now not letting me do it. Let's go. Let me see if I can find another one. I'm not sure why. It's not allowing me at the moment. Let me see if I can find one in July. Sorry for this. So once you've clicked on the game, you go to team sheet. You'll then click on the just the player's name, like the circle, and then it'll ask you where they are. So if you have the starting 11, you need to obviously advise us where they're going. So if they're a forward player, you'll have sometimes 2 forward players, sometimes 4 midfielders, some defenders, and then a goalkeeper. And then you'll need to then select your bench players. So each competition has different amount of people who can be on your bench. So just make sure you're following those rules. So I'll just click 4 bench players. Once you've done that, then you can confirm that one. And then you can go done. Obviously, you can't see the opposition's team sheet until 15 minutes before the game when that locks. The game referees is the next one. So you can obviously see who those referees are. Your next one is your team officials. So again here, making sure you're searching for that team captain by just tapping on the captain. Obviously, again, for your coach, making sure they're in that coach's list. So the same way you add a manager, you've got to add a coach for them to be able to be searched. The team manager, and then you can add an assistant coach and your physio, and then you can confirm team officials. You can't see, obviously, in this case, Emerald's team until 15 minutes before the match. And then you have your starting formation for these substitutions. So you can pop them where they need to go. Just as simple as just touching on their shirt number and moving them to where they are playing in that competition. And then you would just confirm that one. If you have a referee, the report incidents is mostly for the referee to do. If you feel like you need to report something or something's happened in the game that you need to report, you can do it through this way as well. And then that is that for the substitution one. Let me see if I can. No, because I can being played yet. That's okay. I'm just gonna see if I can find another mini ruse one so I can show you guys how we do the scorer for when a game's finished. So once you have, sorry, I'll just go through that again. So once you've clicked on the game and the game's finished, you can go score. You'll just press the confirm, and then up the top you can see how it says Cracovia and then Hammersley. In between there's the two little boxes. If you just click on Cracovia's side of their box, you can just enter the score. So let's say they got 2 goals, and then Hammersley United, just click on their little box again and they got 1. And then you can go done. And you can just see down the bottom it says confirm scores, and then you can go yes. And that's the way of doing it when you're when the game's finished. And that's how I saw in the comments previously, that's how some coaches like to do it, because some are actually some team managers are also the coach as well. So I know some people like to do that as well. Were there any questions in relation to either of those?
Can I just ask a quick question? The first demonstration that you did was a junior boys. Has that changed functionality? Because before, when they got a goal, I just clicked it and the time automatically went in. And then when the other team got a goal, I clicked goal and the time automatically went in. I've never had to put in the time myself. So is that new functionality or something changed? Yeah,
so if you're live scoring, then that should automatically happen. But if you're doing it after the fact of after the game, then you need to just add the time of when that's happening.
Perfect. That makes sense. Thanks.
That's okay. Were there any other questions or concerns in relation to any of those?
Just having a look, Emily. No one's got their hand up at the moment for any questions either.
Okay, beautiful.
Answering some questions in the chat as we've been going as well.
Sorry,
so hopefully that's helped everyone.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Go ahead.
Sorry. With the scoring for the NPL teams, is it the managers that do it, or is it the refs?
Junior NPL?
Yeah.
Yep. From my understanding, that is the team manager.
The team manager do it, okay? Because the ref up until now have said that they look after all that, but that's fine if I have to do it.
What happens is if you have a ref that attends that game, then the ref can do it if they want to. Otherwise, the team manager does it. But on that topic, that goes for other competitions as well. So if you're in a Metro men's, women's league, central, masters, I think there's one more, but you guys have to enter also the yellow cards as well. So you'll have to enter the yellow cards if a player on your own team or the opposition got a yellow card. You need to make sure you're popping those in as well.
Okay. Yep. Okay. So if I just go and speak to the ref on game morning, and if they want to do it, just that I don't need to just let them do it, I guess.
Yeah.
Just to clarify that one, if it's the manager to score, the manager will score. The referee can't come in and override that. So it's the team manager for the home team essentially that would need to enter the scores for that match.
Okay, the home team. Okay.
Yep. Is what should be happening.
Okay, thank you.
No problem.
Does that include the red and yellow cards as well?
Entering of them?
Yes. Red cards, no, but yellow cards, yes.
Okay, thank you.
That's okay.
Emily, can I just ask a quick question? I'm not too sure it's already been answered. Once a goal scorer has been added, if it's done by mistake, can you change the person who scored the goal?
Yes, you can. Let me jump into let me jump in to see if I can find a game that I can do.
Adding to that question, what is if the opposition put in the wrong goal scorer? Do you email you guys to get it changed, or?
So if they've entered it before, if they've entered it during the game and you guys can see that, then you can obviously go up to them.
It doesn't happen until after.
Yeah, then your club will need to email your club, and then your club can advise us of who those goal scorers are if they're incorrect.
So you can't add something to send the other team to update it?
As in message the other team?
Yeah, or override what they've put in if it's wrong.
Unfortunately, you can't override the decision because that's the home team's, that's their job and that's what they're meant to do. However, if there has been an error or a mistake, you're more than welcome to obviously advise us through your club.
Okay.
So if you're doing the live scoring, I'm not sure if you can see on my phone just when you're jumping into the score section here, you can undo that. You can also undo it if if the game has passed. Let me just go see if I can go back to no, not that one. Let me just see if I can find it again. Sorry, I just found a game that you can undo it. So I'm just trying to find an example for you. Sorry for this.
Just while Emily's looking for the live demonstration example, I'd encourage you all, if you haven't had a look through the chat just while you've been following the demonstration, just to check if there's anything there that you're still wanting any clarity on, or any other questions that you might have just in relation to match day or team manager responsibilities, scoring, or what have you. Remembering that we appreciate on the weekend things may not always be correct, but Emily correctly pointed out you can always contact club support, go through your club admin, and we can always rectify and amend things if they need to be changed.
Athena, I've been to quite a few games where the away team either don't know how to score or just can't for whatever reason. So a couple of times I've asked the manager just to put me in, so I'm the away manager as the scorer. But if that's not possible, how would you handle that? Just let them put the score in after the game, or is there any way that the away manager can score if no one's scoring?
Well, there shouldn't be, because the onus is on the home team. So for me, it's always trying to understand what's the reason why can't they do it, or why they can't do it. So I'd probably suggest to them that if they can't complete it for whatever reason on match day, just to email it in through to us or give us a call, because there should be no reason why they can't. And it's just got to be a case of working with everyone on an individual level to close any gaps or issues or challenges. So we can always keep saying someone can jump in and do it for you, but then you're not really learning how to do it for yourself. So the responsibility is the home team. We need to try and be as consistent as possible across all competitions and uphold the same rules. So I'd probably challenge them back to ask what the actual issue is. And then if you can't troubleshoot it, capture it all manually and send it into club support, and we'll be able to sort it out.
Yep, no worries. Thank you.
No worries.
Hi, it's Tanya here. Just a question about correcting the scores. Once you've confirmed in Squadi that was the final score in the game, I'm guessing we can't go back, as in then if there's a change that's needed, it needs to go through our club and then to you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. And there's no issue at all in doing that. We do get a handful of them still. We will say there's been a huge improvement, which has been amazing. A lot of confidence building from a lot of the team managers as we've progressed through the season. So we're certainly seeing less and less, but hey, we're all human and it can happen. I've done it myself. I'll put my hand up. I've done it myself and obviously can't amend my own scores, but there's plenty of people to help if you need it. So no problem.
No, that's great. Thank you.
Okay, so I'm just going to go back through and add this game here. So just the same way we got to this. So you're just going to go into the match the same way we added the score. So you're just going to add the team, let's say Floriet, goal, normal goal, then the time, and then you go next, this person here, and then let's say that that person was the incorrect person, you just touch on it. So you just, next to the game, you just touch on the goal, and let's say it was the different player. So let's say it was number 11, and you can go done, and that amends that goal for you as well. And you can do that for yellow cards as well. So I hope that answered your question.
Yeah, thank you. But once it closes, once you confirm the match, you then got to go through club support to get
Correct.
it changed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
Any other questions or call outs? Sorry, Em.
That's okay.
Okay. All right. Well, that was the content that we wanted to go through with the group this evening. And appreciate everyone's time is valuable, and don't want to keep you unnecessarily. We've captured some fantastic questions and also some good suggestions in the chat as well, as we prepare and start thinking towards next season and what might improve things on match day. So we'll collate those and share them back through with everyone in due course. But just wanted to remind everyone that, of course, we are here to help and support everyone as we move through this. You will see the platform is evolving, and we are basing a lot of those changes on feedback and enhancements that we see and experience and that our football community see and experience. So your feedback is valuable. Sessions like this, we are rolling out quite tactically based on the feedback that we're getting and the questions that we see come through our club support team. So if you have any suggestions along any other facets or things that you want to see or hear more about that will help you, let us know so we can tailor the content and deliver it to help you enjoy your football and enjoy the experience overall. All right. If that's it from everyone, I'm happy to give everyone some time back in their evening, and thank you again for joining us. Thank you, Emily, for sharing your experience and your knowledge around the platform, and best of luck to everyone for this weekend's games. All right. Good night.